Okay. Vito. I'm gonna show y'all boys where I'm from, man. I'm from that.
What's it up, baby? You already know it is the big boss how boss dog cake poke through the dope. Before I get to my soliloquy, remember tough times don't last. Good people do. Don't off yourself. Call them enough hotline. Remember your matter. Peep game 84's on What's Swing. So I was reading an article on boxingnews24.com. I got a bunch of videos coming. I just been busy, right? Been busy with life. I'm a dad, I'm a husband, and I train myself. So, I just be, this YouTube is like a hobby to me. It's like I'm not trying to become a boxing analyst or anything like that. I just love boxing. I love to talk about boxing. This is kind of like my outlet. You know what I'm saying? I was reading boxingnews24.com, and remember, tough times don't last. Good people do. Minute hotline 988. And they interviewed Roy Jones Jr., right? And the article is something about Roy Jones Jr. was saying. And he was asked about the Canelo Alvarez and Roy Jones Jr. fight, in which he said Terence don't have to beat Canelo. Canelo got to beat Terence Crawford. And I didn't understand that. Even the reporter who wrote the article was like, now in the article, Roy was talking about how Crawford is, undefeated in each weight class he's moved up to. He conquered it, and, he's done this, that, and the third. But he also pointed out this. He said Crawford looks like he's unwilling to challenge himself, right? He said Crawford is looking like he's unwilling to challenge himself at these bigger weight classes, right? Because it seems like he just wants to skip the line and get this Canelo fight because he just wants to get paid. He wants to be compensated, right? And he feels like Crawford could potentially lose at these bigger weight classes to these other fighters, right? And I 1,000% agree. You know what I'm saying? But like I said before, there's a lot of big fights at these upper weight classes. If you want a Canelo fight, just go to 168. I don't see what the problem is. I mean, I know what y'all gonna say, oh, Jermell Charlo, he gave Jermell Charlo a chance. But Jermell Charlo is undisputed champion at 154 pounds, right? At one point, these two dudes were in the same weight class, right? Crawford has never been in the same weight class as Canelo, right? And there was a sale point for that fight. Undisputed versus undisputed, right? It's already been done. He can't redo undisputed versus undisputed because Crawford is not undisputed anymore, right? So what would be the sale point for that fight? You get what I mean? Don't get it twisted. I want Terence Crawford to get that fight. I want him to get paid. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm looking at it and I'm like, what would be the sell point? It has to make sense. You know what I mean? That fight don't make sense. David Benavidez versus Canelo makes sense. Terence Crawford versus Canelo don't make sense at all. You know what I mean? And that's just real talk. We speaking truthfully. We're speaking honestly. I'm not finna sit here and cap and be like, oh, that fight makes all. It don't make sense. But if Canelo picks him, hey, congratulations. You know what I'm saying? But when I look at that fight, it don't make sense. Now, to address Roy Jones Jr.'s statement about, Canelo has to beat Terence Crawford, I don't understand what that means. Now, I assume he's saying Terence Crawford got the upper hand because he would be considered the more skillful fighter. But that don't mean nothing once you start climbing up this weight classes. You know what I mean? I told you. That power sit different up there. Right? It do. Jermell Charlo was boxing Canelo and running him into some shots. Pause. And Canelo was still coming forward. You know what I mean? So what you think he gonna do to Crawford? That's all I'm saying. These weight classes matter for a reason. I'm not sitting there saying Crawford ain't gonna have some success. He is. But it's gonna come upon a time where Crawford Well, Canelo, my bad, just gonna be like, I'm tired of playing with this nigga. That's it. Right? He did the same thing with another fighter, Amir Khan. Canelo, when he fought Amir Khan was having some success. Amir Khan was getting off on Canelo. It's. Y'all remember? Getting off on Canelo. Putting combos together, moving. Then Canelo lined him up. Boop! That boy was dead with his eyes open in the middle of the ring. The boy was dead. Dead than an MF. I'm telling you that right now. Bye. You know what I mean? I see the same thing happening to Crawford. Now, I don't think he gonna get slipped, but I think it'll be more like a TKO type of thing. The only person I think that can sleep Terence Crawford is Jermell Charlo. That's the only person I see that can like knock him out, like just sleep that boy. I think Canelo is gonna be like a TKO type thing, you know, because I think Crawford is gonna be daring to be great, and then once he start getting hands, fists, and feet put on him, it's gonna be one of those things where he either just gonna give up and be like, hey man, no. Or it's gonna be one of them things where it's like his corner throwing the towel. That's what I see. Or the ref just gonna be like, nah man, it's too dangerous for you. You need to chill out. You know what I mean? That's one thing I see. I'm telling you. You know what I mean? It would be great if Terence Crawford is able to dethrone Canelo, right? It'd be great. But at the same time, I'm thinking logically. I ain't thinking illogically or biased. I'm thinking logically. I told y'all, Jermell Charlo. I said, man, I want Jermell Charlo to win. But it's not going to happen against no Canelo Alvarez. And that's what happened. It went exactly how I said it was going to go. And that's exactly how it's going to happen if Terence Crawford gets that fight. Right? But like I said, Terence Crawford have other opportunities. He can challenge himself. Right? He can challenge himself, bro. There's other fights for him out there. You know, I don't understand why he want to go fight these other dudes. It's like he's so-called the man now, so it's like, oh, yeah, he don't have to fight him. Nah, bro, you need to update your resume every time. Boxing is a what have you done for me lately type of sport. It ain't no, oh, I beat him in 2015, so I ain't got to fight no more. No, cuz, you got to get in there and do what it do. That's what it is. That's real talk. All that other stuff, throw it in the trash. You know what I'm saying? You got to get in there and do what it do. You got to get in there and be like, all right, bet. I got to update my resume. There are other big fights out there. I don't understand why Buddy won't take these fights. You know what I mean? There's other opportunities for him. It's dudes that'll gladly fight Terence Crawford. Let the Bud Buddies tell it, oh, nobody's calling his name. What they need to call his name for? And this is what I don't get. I don't understand what y'all don't understand. Talking don't mean nothing, bro. I don't know where y'all from. I don't know where you... I'm not gonna lie. That make me mad. I'm not gonna lie to you. Because it's like, bro, where I come from, the dude that's talking a lot, he's scared, bro. I can sit here and say, oh, I want to fight this person. Oh, well, this person did say you want to fight this person. Is it happening, though? Is his actions matching what he's saying? No. You know what I'm saying? If these dudes was, and like I said before, we'll use L. Spence. Anytime L. Spence said he wanted to fight somebody, he fought him. And he did exactly what he said he was gonna do. I'm gonna fight, and I don't get tongue twister. Only reason I'm using him is because of the fact that he's a perfect example of doing what you said you're gonna do, and he ain't doing all that talking. You know, when he talk when he need to talk, I'm gonna fight so and so. He don't badmouth them. He don't try to belittle them. He don't. Oh man, He don't do nothing. Yeah, I want to fight him. I'm gonna fight him, and then when I'm done with him, I'm gonna fight him. Right? But we'll see how it goes. And then boom, he do exactly what he say. Right? Everybody else say he wanted to fight in the order he wanted to fight him. He fought him. The only fight he didn't get is Keith Thurman. Right? That's the only fight that he didn't get. He couldn't get it because Keith didn't want to fight him. That's the only fight. I'm like, you know, that's real talk. You look at Bud. Oh, I want to fight Jamel. Well, I don't want to fight Jamel no more. He quit against Canelo. That's a big fight. What are you talking about? Me and Jamel got beef. Just before me and Jamel got beef. So after he done with Canelo, I want to fight Jamel Charlo. I want to fight him. Then he lose. Oh, I don't want to fight him no more. Huh? I want to fight Danny Garcia. Right? I want to fight Keith Thurman. Then they say, all right, cool, we want to fight you. No, you didn't give me the opportunity. Huh? What are we doing? These are the things that I'm talking about in the sport of boxing that I question. I question all of that, man. Like, all this talking. It's too much talking going on. It's too much talking. Too many people out here saying they want to fight certain people, but their actions don't match what they saying. When you want to fight a dude, I'm gonna say it like this. I'm cooking right now. If a dude, and I'm gonna get back on topic in a minute, but I gotta say this here. If I conquer, let's say I'm an MMA fighter, right? I fight for UFC. If I whoop everybody in my weight class at UFC, right? And there's nobody, and let's just say I don't want to go up another weight class. I'm good in my weight class, right? So I whoop everybody on the UFC. But then Bellator, you know, they got some dogs over there. They got some killers over there. So I'm talking to Dana White. Hey, man, I want you to try to get him to come to UFC so I can fight him. But let's say the owner of Bellator don't have a good relationship with Dana White. So I'm screaming from behind this fence, oh, I want to fight so-and-so on Bellator. All them dudes don't want to fight me. Guess what I'm finna do? Hey, Dana, it's been real, bro. I'm finna go to Bellator. That's where the smoke is at. These boys talking. They all think they hard. So I'm finna go over there and I'm finna fold all of them. I'll be back. That's the energy you need to have. Not, I'm gonna sit over here and bark from behind the gate. Nah, bro. That's what Crawford be doing. He says certain stuff, and then, oh yeah, y'all know how I get down. Okay, cool, yeah, you can fight, but don't sit here and act like boys running from you, and ain't nobody running from you. You not doing. What is he doing? He ain't doing what Gervonta Tank Davis doing. He doing technical knockouts. They knockouts. But he doing stuff where the ref just step in. He ain't sleeping people. That boy Tank sleeping people. Boys getting knocked. Boys is... You understand? I'm sorry, man. I have to just go on this rant. And it's not even him. That's the crazy part. It's not even Terence Crawford. It's the Bud Buddies. They all, oh, why you hate on Terence Crawford? Because y'all say outlandish, ridiculous statements, and that's what make you want to be like, what? That's why the content keep getting made, because of y'all. Y'all say crazy, foolish stuff. The Bud Buddies will sit here and tell you Terence Crawford could go to heavyweight and whoop Tyson Fury, whoop Deontay Wilder, whoop. So I say this here, since y'all want to be outlandish, tell Terence Crawford to do this. Permanently move to 168, call out David Benavidez, and fight him at 168. Win against Canelo. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Boss gone.